They were 1820.
These stairs are not to code.
No.
They're different sizes.
These are best to watch your steps upstairs. Well, different sizes. I'm going to go to my favorite space in the house. This is a space where enslaved men slept. And they usually let the lights. A lot of sadness up here. This is magic. Oh, yes, ma'am. We've done very little to this space as far as, restructuring, restoring, pretty much like it is or was in 1820. This is a space that, I think it got dark in here all of a sudden. Oh, he's going to be putting their light on. I'm not sure if there's chairs enough for everybody. So, this little spot here. Let me fan myself. Oh, darkness. I've had people come in this room and burst into tears. I've had people just really moan in here when they came in here. It's a very sad space in the house. This is where enslaved men that were considered property back in 1820 slept in the evening. Okay, after working hard all day, sleeping on the floor at night. Savannah in the summertime is not a pleasant place. We're talking about near 100 degrees, almost that much humidity. Not a whole lot of airflow. We've got the air conditioning on. It's like 73, and we're all like this. The Ghost Brothers are not aware of who I am, and it's on purpose. Okay, I'm not a medium, but I'm a sensitive. Okay. Do y'all know, most of you know what that means, basically, and probably some of you are. A lot of women are, and there are men also, but a lot of women are intuitive, sense energy in a room, and that's what I am. I'm not a medium. I've had one real encounter a long time ago, but I sense things, okay? What are y'all sensing in this room, just by physical?
Children.
Say what?
Happiness.
Happiness?
Heaviness.
Heaviness, yes, heaviness, very much so. On these walls, if someone's got their camera or anything that they can flash up, yeah, there you go. You're going to see the blue paint. This is the actual paint that was put up here by the enslaved people of this household. At any one time, there were 9 that were in this household. This is made from lime, indigo, and buttermilk, and is part of their belief system, Gala or Geechee. How many of you have heard of that term? Probably Geechee, Gala. Gala is more in South Carolina, Geechee is more here in Georgia. And they believed evil spirits cannot cross over water. So this paint symbolizes water. And I have never sensed evil in here, but there is unrest in this house, okay? Now, the Davenports only inhabited this house for 10% of the 200 years, okay? Was that 20 years? Okay, it's not a very long period of time. So within that other period of time, we're talking 180 years, there have been many human beings within this house that have been sick, that have died, that have, maybe been suicidal, things of that nature. When you have human beings in any space, you're going to get energy. Okay, so it's not just Davenports that have been in this house, is what I want to make sure that you understand. Okay, we were inhabited up to the 1950s. Okay, by human beings, various human beings. But when we were an apartment building, which was from 1920 to 1955, we don't believe anybody slept in this area. Women hung their laundry up here, and children played up here. Okay, I want to see what else that you sense up here. Heaviness, anybody sense anything else?
Hopelessness.
Hopelessness. Okay, very good. Any anger?
Yeah.
There's anger in this room for sure. Okay, anything else that you're sensing in this room? Feel violence? Any violence? Anybody? Come in and get quiet.
A lot of grief.
Grief.
I feel a lot of grief.
There is.
Something that's like right here.
Yes, you're right. We don't know what that is. Okay. Anytime you have, that's why they investigate prisons so often, because you've got just the depths of despair. You've got, anger, violence, all those strong human emotions. The men are up here, the women are down below, and they're with their children. Okay, their very own children are slaves in this house. How is that going to make you feel, mamas? Okay, dads, you got your wife and your child down there.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How were their children if the men were separated from the women?
Honey. It happens. It happens. Now, and then there's cases where the children are very light-skinned at birth. Okay. Now, within this household, we're asked a lot, how were they treated? We don't know. We don't know. We cannot honestly say everything was perfect. They were happy. We can't say that with honesty. We had one enslaved woman in this house. Her name was Nancy. She ran away 3 times. She had a scar in her neck. She spoke German. But she did not want to be in this house. Why did she not want to be in this house? Why did she not want to be in this house? And that's what we have to figure out. Why was she leaving? Being an enslaved person is not fun on any day. But running away had such severe punishment for her to risk her life to leave this house 3 times. There must have been something going on. Okay? So, when you come up, and I think you're going to come up with the brothers, I want you to incorporate all of that into your thing. And you've got to be still. That's the hard thing. The only time that I've had any kind of feedback is when I've been alone. So in a big group, it's harder, but it can be done. Okay? But you got to almost have everybody on the same wavelength. And y'all are being so awesome that you can sense things in here. You all are feeling it. I'm not sure if anybody's using their ghost tools, but we've had, did Sheena talk to you about that? Some of the EVPs that were heard. I think they were heard in the boys' room. We're going to go down there next, and I'm going to kind of explain to you what rooms they are, and I'm going to let you freely walk around the rooms, okay? The one time, I'm very rarely in this house alone. There's always somebody here besides me usually, but for one reason or another, I was in the boys' room by myself, and that's where I experienced the boys. 6 boys. How much energy do 6 boys give off, right? And I think that's why there's so much in that room. Or something else could have gone on. So you're going to find out. I don't want to give away anything, but I want you to find it out.
Was there anything hung from the ceiling in here?
There probably was at one time, maybe. There's a lot of like hanging, what do you call it, wallpaper. So we're assuming, sometimes you have to make assumptions that they were given leftover wallpaper to make it more comfortable. Okay. But there were probably at any one time 3 men in here. Now, something that could occur in the city, we're talking about urban slavery, very different from plantation slavery, is men would often rent rooms on part of town in Savannah called Yamacraw, which still exists today. It's the western part of town. That was predominantly in the early 1900s African-American community. First businesses, first black businesses, pharmacies, hospitals, and things of that nature. So it's an area with a lot of wonderful history. But that's where the men would go. They could sneak up. Well, not sneak up, but get off the property. Right. But women couldn't do that. Okay, they had to be down there in the kitchen. Okay, so I want you to take this energy from this room and let me know what you hear, what you see, what you smell. Okay. Now there's a room across here. I don't go in that room. It's where our archives are kept. I feel a heaviness in there. I feel dread. I feel like something awful happened in that room. That's right across this hallway. I don't go in there ever. Other people feel really comfortable. I do not. So what I'm telling you is, I said, take this energy from this room. And when you come up here without me here, you see what you hear, smell, notice. Okay? Y'all are awesome. But we're going to go down the next flight of stairs. No sliding down the banisters, okay? We're going to watch y'all. And we're going to go to the bedroom floor where there's been a lot of activity. I was telling them that I am a sensitive. I am no way, form, or shape a medium or a psychic. But I definitely sense energy, okay? And I sense energy in this room. I feel like there's somebody in here that's got a lot of really jamming energy. I don't know who it is, but I'm going to find you now. I'm going to give you a hug. So you all watch out. All right. Well, we're going to go down to the next floor to the sleeping rooms, okay? All right, head on down. But y'all feel free to stay up here if you want to, but I'm taking y'all down a little bit. You'll be able to come back up if you like to. Watch your step. Hold on right into the handrail. Talk a little bit more about Mr. Davenport. And I'm going to let y'all wander at your leisure. That's what we've experienced here, but I want you to not to experience what I've experienced. I want you to experience on your own. Because everybody's different. Everybody's perceptions are different. Can we kind of gather around here for just a memento? And then I'm going to let y'all wander, okay? But I want to just give you a little bit more background history of the family. So what do you know about Mr. Davenport so far? You know he had a lot of kids, 7 that survived into adulthood. Their first 3 children died, okay, prior to moving into this house, okay? They moved in his house. A lot of other things were happening. Illnesses always happened in the 1800s, okay? Deaths of other family members. Mr. Davenport's brother came down in 1820. He died of yellow fever. Isaiah was only in this house for 7 years before he died from yellow fever. He was what most of you are, strangers. Strangers are people from the north, okay? They don't have immunity. Now Sarah was from Beaufort, South Carolina. She may have gotten it as a child, you see, and had immunity for life. The enslaved folk in this house, they had immunity, okay? So there was a lot of myths about why were the slaves not getting this disease, and the white folk were. And the Africans became caretakers for all the white folk, okay? Because the white folk were dying. 10% of the population was dying. How many of you were in this group? It was like 2 of you died. Okay, at least 2 of you died. That's a lot of you. Okay, I hate for that to happen. All right, so we went up to the attic just to hear some things.
Okay, have they been able to investigate it?
Not yet. We're going to talk a little bit about what the rooms are and then let you go in. How's that? Is that good?
Yeah, I mean, we can get some stuff downstairs. I don't know, maybe y'all anxious to kind of get started?
Okay, so let me tell you what rooms what. So you know, we've got the boys' room here. We've got the master bedroom to your left. Okay? So right across the hall from each other, and in the far back is what's called a trunk room. Okay? Between the mother and father's room and the boys' room. This little tiny room is Cornelia's room, the only surviving daughter in the family. She would pass away at a fairly young age. I say young is in their 30s, due to the childbirth, and her child died at the same time. So a lot of sadness there. So let's go investigate. Be really quiet. I say they're shy entities, okay? But they're wanting you to find them.
Feel free, guys, and we can start meeting around. Does everybody have equipment? Yeah. Okay, pull it out. It's literally downstairs, a spirit box. Like, we get names, we're getting numbers. Like, it's going down downstairs. Y'all gonna see in a minute. Let's see what we get up here. Yeah, feel free to hit these rooms and we come up with
Yeah, it feels magic. We had
That room right there.
That's the master bedroom.
Nope, not going back.
Birthing babies in that room. So there's some happy times in that room.
There was something.
Yeah. I hear you.
When we put in there.
Okay, let's go back upstairs for just a second. I'll be back if y'all have any questions. This room is this is the second boys' room. We've got it set up for a yellow fever program, and you're going to see a coffin in there. I believe it's in here. So don't think that we're hiding dead bodies. It's just for our program. Okay? If you want to go in here, but it was the other boys' room. It's not very lit, so you'll have to use your phones or whatever you have. I'll be right back. Are you good? Yeah, I'm gonna put some candles in there just for the see. Okay, I'll put a little bit. Watch yourself. This would be the room that will connect. Now, in each child's room, the daughters and the boys, there would be an enslaved woman sleeping beside those children. Right back. If anybody wants to
All right, come in here. That's the settle. All right. So you can put the finger on. You gotta put the volume up. This is what you do. So you go. Is there anyone in here with us right now? What? Can you tell me your name? What is it? How many spirits are in here with us right now? Me? It sounds like you said me. How many spirits are here? Can you tell me a number? How many spirits are in this room with us? Can you tell me your name? So, my name is Dalen. What is your name? Do you not want to talk to us? Do you want us to leave? What is it? Okay, you know. You see the hit or miss, did you? But you can, that's definitely just how you use it. Cutting it on, asking questions, seeing what type of responses you can get. Downstairs, though, we asked, can you give us your name? Name said Ed. So can you tell us how many spirits are here? It's at 9. Wow. Yeah, like it was giving us real strong responses downstairs. So we're gonna switch in a little while and everybody can go downstairs and then people come up here so you get a feel for that too. So we can just keep, you know, keep getting to it, feeling it.
It's the right next door, yeah.
Yeah, it's not as heavy.
But yeah, feel free to try that in the other rooms up here, all of that. What you have?
Yeah, or back hallway.
We caught an enemy on the SLS cam.
I'm just nice to
Is it still on there? It went away? Yeah, so we caught a stick figure. So anytime a stick figure pops up on the SLS cam and there's nothing there, it's a good chance that it's a spirit that's trying to present itself. And they just caught a little one huddled in the corner. Yeah, right.
If anybody gets a moment to check this space right here, right in front of the staircase,
Okay.
at some point,
Got you.
I'll let y'all do your thing. Do you have any questions about history or what went on in a room? Just let me know.
email detector, I have 2 different recorders. Dowsing and it's like, what? temperature gauge, but I can't seem to figure out it's on a different side.
Got you. How are the EMF detectors working out? Are they catching anything that going off in the
Nothing yet, no.
Okay. So in the other room on the SLS cam, we caught an anomaly on there. So a little stick figure popped up, a little figure in the corner of the little boy's room. Yeah, so it could have been maybe a child. And downstairs on the spirit box, we asked how many spirits are here. It said 9. And then we asked, can you tell us your name? It said Ed or something. Ed? Yeah.
Somebody said y'all got Ann, cause it.
I think we got that too.
Yeah, cause we got Ann in the dining room downstairs.
Yeah. So I mean, for it to be this many people, it's getting some evidence, but it's just, the rooms are just sporadic. So, but definitely this room here, and then the room downstairs.
Both rooms downstairs, and it seems to have similar information coming from both rooms.
So yeah, so just keep that in mind when you guys switch. You know, guys
downstairs. That'll be your next place.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Have you guys hit every floor up here? I need to check out another room.
Are you going upstairs the stage yet?
No, I haven't.
You need to go up there, that's a walking around.
Those are just real quick. That's all. Right.
I think what we've been told is that if something happened, she might have been the one that stayed in the boys' room.
Right.
I get that.
On the SLS cam, if you want to go look. It's popped up again.
This is like my favorite.
Can you touch my hand?
I felt, yeah, it was like a protecting. It's not here right now. It's gone.
Yeah. It was in here? Yeah.
Oh, that's my chair. It's back? Like when you walked away, it came back. Did you just turn back around?
Can you move this
Oh, no,
chair?
you're right next to me. Who's in front of me?
No way.
Stop it.
Can you move this chair?
That's not okay. Seriously, nobody just walked in front of me?
No.
Seriously?
Can you move this candle?
Okay. Back. The chair.
Can you move this chair over here?
Yeah.
Back to the chair.
So we're gonna get ready to switch downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, over there. You wanna go over
If you're with me, try and stay with me for a few minutes. And we're gonna switch you here in a minute. Yes, absolutely, please do. But it's dark, a little darker up there now. Okay. So use your flashlight.
Yes. Wow. Now, what I was also telling them, are we switching?
Yeah, we're gonna ready to switch this.
Okay. What we'll do then, our group, if you came in with me, we're gonna go into we're gonna go into this room so that we can safely get everyone down and up and switch.
Okay.
So my group come into the drawing room.
This way. Wow, that's cool. Is the name of the
Sherry's group that's on the stairs, if y'all don't mind to pause for just a moment while we get out of here. And I think y'all were in this group, so you guys can stay here for a moment. We're gonna come on into this room.
Are you with?
Yeah, you're with her group,
Okay.
right? Did you go to the attic or did you stay on this one? Okay, so those of you that came to this floor first, we're gonna come into this room right here. Yeah. Okay, Miss Sherry's group, that is Sherry. Yeah, so you guys are gonna come to the front hallway, please.
Attic people, attic people. They're going to trade you down. No sliding down the banister. This is the original staircase in the house. Now watch your step. I'm going to take you to this front hallway.
Who else? Y'all got Ann up here too?
We got Ann here. Who will you see?
Alright, so.
Is there still something up there?
So how y'all?
There's a Nancy. Nancy. That's the runaway.
So Machine, how y'all want to switch?
Good. Shotgun here. In the front of the house, it was used as a fire alarm. Mr. Davenport would go out to the front porch, shoot off a couple of rounds if he saw a fire. They started a water brigade.
Oh, that's good to know.
Water was stopped from, well, cistern in each of the squares had one. There were some houses with their own cisterns within the house. This house did not have running water at 8 in the morning. Okay? But when you took a dead body out of the house, you always take it feet first out the door. Okay? You see chairs facing backwards, that's for people also who covered their ears with black cloth and paper. You stop all your clocks. These are some of the traditions.
I don't like it from upstairs.
This is a room that, yeah, I understand that. This room was what it had here, help in this room. But funerals
Here's real deep.
It's the heat.
Yeah.
Now this is an interesting space. Funerals were held here, okay? The original flooring. You've got 200 years of vibrations and energy in these floors. No carpeting has been on them, so you're going to get that direct energy. All right? Any questions about anything that went on in this room before I let you all kind of do your thing and get me out of your way? The room over here was the morning room. As in morning and night, that's where Sarah spent her morning with the children, rocking the baby. Where she also might have been in mourning for her late husband. He passed away 7 years after living in this house. He was only in his early 40s. That was his office across the hallway, okay? Where he would meet with clients, foremen, some of the enslaved men. These enslaved men helped maintain this house. If it wasn't for them, Sarah would never have been able to keep this house. She rented these fellows out to work for other people, to help her keep the house. Okay? Any questions about anything? Nothing. All right, I'll let y'all do your thing. I don't want to be too bored.
What you got? Any equipment you got? You guys have any equipment with you?
Who has equipment down here? We got your recorder. I have a REM pod here.
I got an Ovilus.
And we have the spirit box.
I think I got one on my phone.
I got it.
Let's see what's
So I'm cooking set up. Spirit box, the REM pod up.
Let me see if I can get any activity off the Ovilus.
How you living? Sure you do this?
How you living, Biggie Smalls? In mansions and then spending ends on my friends and you telling me what? Do you have a message for us? Will me. This was where they would have funerals and they would do mournings in the other room. Is there a spirit here that's feeling a level of dread, grief? Do you feel trapped here? Now they obvious. Nothing's obvious. And the REM pod's not going off. What you got? Oh, recorder.
Yeah, I get EBL out.
Yes. Yeah, you have it?
Yeah.
You gonna run the spirit box?
Me?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Oh God.
Juwan Mass.
You good? Anything on there, bro? Have y'all had anything come on here?
Yeah, all night.
So no.
I didn't get the history of this room.
This is where they used to have funerals, and they used to have mourning over, like they used to mourn the mourning over there. So, are there any spirits in here with us right now?
I thought I heard 9.
Are you trapped here? Can you tell us your name? Anybody want to ask him?
Did you have a funeral in here? I thought I did too.
You heard yes?
Can you tell us your name?
I don't know.
I don't know, yeah. Are you friends with Mr. Davenport? I think it said true.
True.
That's not my real name. That's not my real name. You ain't talking about
They don't care if it's your name.
Can you say somebody's name? Can you say one of our names?
Wesley?
How many spirits are in here with us? You heard 9?
I heard 9 the first time when we came in here.
Hey, Juwan. By this table. Let's step to the right, step to the right. It's right around the table.
Y'all see this? Come around this way if you had never seen it.
Can you stand up for me?
He's sitting, yeah.
It's like you're sitting Indian style.
Style.
Can you raise your hand for me, please? Just so I can see you, do you mind raising your hand in the air? It's sitting right there.
It's like you're sitting in the style.
You want to put the spirit box out, bro?
Yeah.
Where is it? In this area?
Yeah.
It's like it's sitting on the floor.
Can you raise your hand for us?
It's like right in front of you.
Yeah. What's your name? Play. You want? Oh, another one popped up.
Wait, one may be a child. Are you a child?
I attract kids' spirits.
Can you reach out to my friend next to you? It looked like you tried to.
Do you feel anything?
Are you trapped here?
Actually,
Yes.
it is colder.
Oh, yes.
Are you okay? Are you getting nervous?
She comes in peace. Oh,
Oh, what the?
It's like really tall.
Wait, she, right?
No, that's her.
Oh.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes. But at least we know that. Oh, it's that. At least we know whatever is down there isn't you.
Do you ask if it knows my name?
Do you know the person's name that's standing next to you? We say yeah.
Yeah?
We say it, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell me her name?
Oh,
Just grab your hand.
just grab her hand.
Oh.
Oh, Hookville.
Are you okay with my friend Yaya being next to you? That's crazy. It's definitely right there.
Is your name Ann?
Can you still see it?
Yeah.
Why did it do that?
Can you say my real name?
Okay. You ask her?
Oh, it disappeared. Oh, it's bad. I don't know, man. It's really weird.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
It's really just hanging out.
Hanging out in that area right there. Oh, my broken windows.
I do not. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. What kind of meter do you have in your hand? What is that? Oh,
Well, that's interesting.
I wonder if it was a trial. There's a lot of activity in this room.
Huh?
He said it was bouncing.
Yeah, kept going away and coming back.
There's
Yeah.
been a lot of activity in this room.
I kind of want to go back there real quick because I haven't seen
Feel free, guys, to keep searching.
This was used by enslaved people coming in and out of that room. They didn't use the front door.
Okay.
So you may feel a lot of
Is that me?
energy in this room. A lot of energy going on in this room. Drama. One thing that we're doing this year is restore the vibe for back to its original function. Now, that being said, when you start to take walls down, you start interrupting the status quo, you're going to get a lot of activity. For at least 100 years, those walls have been modern downstairs. So once they start removing that modern drywall, or whatever you want to call it, there's going to be stuff behind there. When they did that at the Owens Thomas House in the slave quarters, they found all sorts of stuff. There was people in slave quarters till 1991. They were living in apartments. Okay? So when they wanted to sort back to what it was originally, they pulled all sorts of things out from the walls, just toys, tools, that was stuff. It was stuff out there. We don't know boys, I think, were passed away.
How old were the 6 boys?
When they lived in this house, oh my goodness, well, the last one that was born was Dudley. He was born in his dad's death.
I remember she said she was on like going upstairs. Yeah, on third floor. Across from the attic. She said she doesn't like going in.
I don't think we went in there.
Yeah.
Did you guys go upstairs? You guys started upstairs?
Yeah, we started upstairs, but
You
she
didn't go in?
said she wasn't comfortable going in.
Oh.
So I didn't know what you
I'm not gonna open it. If she not comfortable going in there.
So she moved to a smaller house. She has been on since the shopping area. She moved to a smaller house. So a lot of her things were sold, given that the family that was here. I would get
No, I would get rid of all. Did you feel anything?
They're selling kit.
EMF wasn't going on?
Tangible things are real.
I'm feeling right down here.
That you can't.
Down that room upstairs though.
Yeah. The master bedroom, the master, I felt the same. That was the,
I got on the audience, I got disturbed. I was like, yeah, that's definitely how I'm feeling right now. On the audience, it said disturbed.
oh,
Yeah, like it said disturbed. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely how I'm feeling right now.
I know, so I would like to go in there with a camera, so
Sarah, her
they got it
mother.
right there. You want to also?
The boys with their shirts during the Civil War, except for the South cover the North. I think that's absolutely. And this house helps set the preservation. It really is.
What's that?
It's being filmed. Camera. This is it obvious?
Oh, camera move.
He doesn't like his picture.
Going through the different spaces. That's the front of the house, more formal. This is the back. Very, very small houses.
Can you turn it off?
And it like,
Flickers?
it starts flickering, like you'll see it going for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it finally,
Just dies out.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna head back up there. Yeah, we wanna go back up there. We wanted to investigate more, but then another group came.
They toss us out.
You can't have too many people on one floor.
That one in the chair.
It's the only thing. Where you trying to go? To the attic?
We actually went up to the,
There's nothing on the chair.
oh, then where's the other one?
Who took the other one?
I think in here.
Got you.
But I heard the ghost cat. The ghost cat.
All right, my group. radio through. So, the second well, is the ocean from anything else right after this closes the door.
We are going to be doing that. Savannah, but the scenery is such a good. So we got to watch that here because they had one area of snow that was so beautiful. So it was all the snow of Savannah. It did. You know, it's yeah, it's no new girl. Oh, yeah, you hear Chuck. Yeah, crazy. Sorry.
I have a question. Yes, ma'am. You mentioned that the river cross from the metro. Right. I don't know. You just is it here? Yes. Yes, and I don't want to bring it in my heart. Right. That's that way. That's the same reason I left Mr. Rowe in the house. I almost like holy water because I get so like anxiety with trying to make it a keeper person. Yeah. So I got holy water. Stuck box up and I'll wait for my last step. But we used to live in a land. Beautiful. We went to what's it? No, yeah. Did you take a ship? No, we flew there, and then my husband was going to send on charters. So I was staying
Are you upset that 3 and 4 women are here? Does it bother you that we're in this room? Enough color?
I felt like I heard breathing.
Something, there was something in there.
Yeah, I heard like exasperated.
Do you want us to leave? Are we welcome here?
We should try to do another session without the spirit box. Like just with the EVP.
Okay. Ready? Is it quiet enough? Okay.
Yes, I have this Panasonic recorder right here.
Okay, here. Go. Wait. It's on.
Are you upset that there are women of color in here? Do you want us to leave?
Are we welcome here?
Is anybody in here?
Are you a male?
Can you tell us your name?
Would you rather us go to the kitchen?
Is anybody in here? Are you a male? Can you tell us your name?
Not much.
You don't want to talk to
I'm gonna play this one here back.
Yeah.
What did it say?
Did it just say no?
Let me play it back.
Are we welcome here? It said no.
It said no. It said no. We got an EVP.
We got an EVP. Wait, can you pause on that?
But there's another voice.
Are you on mail? Can you tell us your name?
No. Got
It's
another
like you were
no.
saying get out before that. Oh, am I just tripping? Did I?
No.
Can you tell us your name?
That's a no.
Oh.
I have a speaker.
You don't want to talk to us. You just
That is crazy.
I don't think y'all know what this recorder is, probably. This is the one that's highly sought after. All your big name paranormal people want it. It costs about $2,000 or $3,000 now.
Jeez.
Wow.
It was made around the year 2000.
So you can hear it more on something like this.
Well, this recorder, for some reason, it just picks up a lot of stuff, and it's one of the first digital recorders made. I'm assuming as you probably know the Constantinos, right? Mark and Debbie Constantinos from the Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
The EVP
The ones that
specialist?
died.
Yeah. Well, that's what they had. They had 5 or 6 of those. And I've met them many times.
Yeah.
But I got one of these recorders, and all these shows you see now, if they can find them, they'll use them. So.
Push the button. Did you hear it say no?
Yeah.
He said no. He said no multiple
Get out
times.
before that.
Well, say get out.
You mean play it again? I can play it again.
Yes,
Yeah,
play
play
it
again. I don't know if it said no or he said a name.
That's no.
Get out.
It said no.
It said get out.
Play it
It
again.
said get out?
It said get out.
I didn't hear get out.
It was 2 words.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's 2 words.
Okay, I heard it that
Yeah,
time.
get out.
Hi, you won't get me out.
I know, right?
Let's go do it.
Let's do what he says.
Say upstairs.
We're leaving now. We don't need any harm.
You don't want us in here.
We're gonna go. Please don't follow us.
You stay in here.
I heard y'all reacting down here.
Oh my God. He's got one.
Get out, so we're getting out.
Get out.
He told y'all to get out?
His eyes were we welcome and he said no.
No. And then
Damn.
get out.
What y'all say to him? Like, what y'all do? Sorry, what you say to that man? What you say to that man?
We said, is Marcus coming in here? And he said no, and I said,
Hey.
why not?
Can we play it for you? You want to listen to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We go in the front room? Let's go in that front room real quick. Not for business, for entertainment being
All right.
No.
Are you on mail? Can you tell us your name?
Right there. You play it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So noisy in here that it's hard to hear.
Tell us your name.
Right there.
Whoa.
This has got a 10-second review on it.
Can you tell us your name? Would you rather us go to the kitchen?
Hey man, I'm glad y'all followed directions well.
We said don't follow. We sorry, don't follow us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to get y'all out. Well, I'm gonna follow y'all.
We were trying to, provoke by saying like, women of color in here. How do you feel about that? That kind of thing.
Y'all want to try to record in here once before we have to leave?
Sure.
That was.
This is where we saw the kid earlier, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Okay.
You saw a kid?
It grabbed my hand. That's what they were saying. Because I was standing over there and it was grabbing my hand.
On this SLS.
Oh, on the SLS?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Good.
Here we go. We're in the parlor, right? First floor. Doing the EVP. Go ahead. Lead it up, bro.
Is there anyone in this room besides us? There's so much noise.
I know.
Close those doors real quick. Let's see if we can close those doors.
I bet we can.
Don't stop it.
Yeah, stop it.
I mean, there's so much noise coming in there.
They don't count. What are we calling it? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go over there.
It's about as quiet as it's going to get.
Really?
A lot of people. Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn mine on.
Okay. Is there someone in here that wants to speak to us? Is there a Davenport in this room?
Who said get out? And like my people like to say, who was you talking to?
Are there any children in here that like to play? We thought we saw you earlier.
How many spirits are in here? Are we welcome here?
Play it back.
Is there someone here that wants to speak to us? Is there a Davenport in this room? Who said get out? And like my people like to say, who are you talking to? Are there any children in here that like to play? We thought we saw you earlier. How many spirits are in here? Are we welcome here?
I didn't hear anything.
Let's see.
It's so loud though. Is there someone in here that wants to speak to us? Is there a Davenport in this room?
Who said get out? And like my people like to say, who was you talking to?
Are there any children in here that like to play? We thought we saw you earlier.
How many spirits are in here? Are we welcome here? That's you saying playback.
Yeah, play it
Oh, I
back.
thought you said you're not. I was about to say.
Did it say you're not?
No, it's me. I said play it back. It says play it back.
Yeah, I was like, wait, who's doing
So you got stuff over there, but some people, other people got to lay your hand too. Hand. Or your hand.
We have when I someone in there, I was walking here, they said get out.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. When I asked are we walking here, they said get out.
That is straight up rude of them. I wonder who, I bet it's not a Davenport. I bet it's not the Davenport.
It was a male.
Yes.
Did you say who it was or anything?
Yeah, and we asked what they name, what they tell us their name, they said no. Yeah. I said, okay.
Ghosts.
Okay, we out here though. We left. Okay, we left.
When they tell you to get out, my feelings.
They said get out, we was like, okay, cool.
It's too noisy up there.
The little girl's room?
Oh, wait, there's a little girl.
That's, yeah, get up, it's the first on the left. It's very, very small.
Hey guys, coming up. This is how you move. Hey, we're coming back up, guys. We're going back up to the second floor, guys.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
And it stopped. The next morning I said, don't worry.
You can take a look in, we don't actually go in. This is kind of the behind the scenes of the museum. This is where we keep all that collection of artifacts. This is right here, that's what we filmed. That's some of our Christmas decorations. We're not going to go in just because this is where we keep our collections, all of our artifacts that we're not using. So this is like our most valuable room. So and there's really not a lot of room here, but yes, this is more in here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another one over here, right up here. Could you turn that one on
We
there?
have this room as well, and this is literally our storage. We keep our Christmas junk, our party stuff, things that we did on the way. We use our attic. That's this room.
Are you gonna do a session?
So will you for each? Yeah, sure. So
I want to turn this one off.
Oh, really?
Can you please turn this one off?
So, we don't really visualize anything. All of these notebooks here, this is records from since 1955. We had an archaeological data in 2014. These boxes here, that's what we use.
I was just gonna say you might be too close.
Yeah.
Turn this one off and turn this one on.
Can you please turn the one on here?
Oh, you know that's it? They're like those
Put the two over next to each other, you think?
And family members that we're not going to say no, but it's actually work with our story.
Alright.
I like
And
Another one here.
Do you want to go back over to the pharmacy?
I want to see.
yeah, so we
Turn on this. You go downstairs? Downstairs?
No, I thought you said it was off that.
Did you turn on?
Yeah, just the attic.
I thought
This space, we know that our enslaved workers use it because of this blue paint.
Oh, this is it?
It's very common with our culture. This is gullet.
There's a lot of house
here. Here in Savannah, we say gullet Gucci. It's kind of their own culture that run from their African tendencies that they were bringing over from West Africa. Because it protects them from being scared. They believe the spirits can fly over water. So they do everything.
we all go down to the first
Flashlights going on and off over there.
You do?
Yeah, they had the flashlights turning on and off on that.
Oh, command? Flashlights have?
Command.
Wow.
We're gonna spend some. They had the flashlights on and off.
Hey, kid, that's what.
No command.
That's pretty much the sign. Breakfast sign. Breakfast? What did you say?
Yeah. Breakfast Club.
Breakfast. Oh, in Houston?
Yeah.
Marcus here?
Oh, man.
With that fried chicken. Huh?
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Watch your step. Watch your step, bro. Breakfast club? You don't like your watch your step? You don't like your they opened up some more.
Morning, family.
The walls are brown.
Come on in.
See where the other lights are.
Had my bedtime like 5 hours ago. Yeah, it's time to go to bed.
Oh, she probably.
This is the name. It always surprises me to watch you guys.
All right, guys. We're waiting on a few more people to come in. So I know you want to get a picture. Everybody. Yeah, it's probably weird.
A little bit closer.
Yeah. You get last one more? All right.
What part of Texas did you go to?
All right.
Houston.
Everybody feel free to come in.
Everybody else?
Guys, so what we like to do with this part of the investigation, we like to kind of just get a few people to kind of tell if they experienced anything, what they experienced, or what happened to them. So can anybody tell us some of the evidence that they've captured tonight? Who heard? Who had something happen? Who had? Now I've been with y'all all night. I don't know. Okay, here we go. What happened?
Kendra on her thing kept getting in contact with Ann.
Ann. So you kept getting the name Ann on your spirit box.
Yes.
Okay. And then we were told that Ann was actually, who was Ann?
Ann was an enslaved worker. We unfortunately don't talk a lot about Ann. Our story timeline is in 1827. Ann did not come into the house until 1830. So we have proper documentation of her. Mrs. Davenport came to be her owner in 1830 after Isaiah died, and we do not extend their story beyond that. So those of us that work here, we know about Ann. We just unfortunately do not tell her story to the general public. So there was an Ann here though.
So that's random. We didn't know anything about an Ann, so to get that on the spirit box, that's pretty cool.
Maybe Ann's trying to say, y'all need to talk about me on the tour.
Who else got something interesting tonight?
I got something.
What you get?
So I was in the dining room and I asked, are we welcoming here? And we got EVP to say, get out.
Really?
And then I asked, then we asked how many people are in here.
We said tell their name.
Oh yeah, we said, can you tell us your name? And the male voice said no.
Wow,
so
okay.
He didn't want us in there, so we left.
Okay. Directions. I know when we were down here. Yeah. When we were down here, we asked on the spirit box how many spirits are here. We got the number 9 in this room, and in the other room we got the number 8. And on the SLS cam, we had a lot of stick figures popping up, a lot of anomalies. Did a lot of people get to see that on the SLS cam? Who missed it?
Yeah, you missed it?
Oh no, upstairs and downstairs.
We had one in here for a while.
And that one was like break.
It was right where y'all are.
You said it was breakdancing.
Yaya was our trigger object.
Yeah, it seemed to be a spirit of a child sitting at that table, and every time she would raise her hand, it would reach out for her hand. So it was kind of cool to see it. Yeah. Anybody else get anything or see anything?
We were, what is that called? The spirit box in the other room over there, and it definitely said, where, are you in here? And it said upstairs, and then it said door, front door. And then we walked out a little bit later, well, no, just moments later, and the front door was open.
Really?
It kind of freaked us out. But then Marcus walked back in, and we realized maybe that's why.
But still, though, like, we had that same situation happen in North Carolina where we asked for a piece of equipment and it told us where it was at.
Oh, yeah.
So by it saying front door, it's literally paying attention, like, yo, you know my bills is too high. You need to be in or out. You know what I'm saying? So
that's cool. Any more? Anybody else?
So, on the way to the attic, right?
Huh?
We was on the second floor, we asked, should we go to the attic? And it was like, no. So we going up the steps, right? And then they said, no, they said, wait.
Really?
And I was like, wait for what? They said, the people.
Are you serious?
That's how I left out there.
Oh, wow.
Like,
So you had a full conversation.
Yeah.
Y'all was having a dialogue.
Right, like
So for those who is their first time using that Spirit Box app, what do you think about it?
I like it. Awesome.
Yeah, right. Be looking out for ours coming next year, guys. We'll have our own. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys were able to use it. So we just kind of want to thank everybody for coming out and spending time with us tonight and this weekend. It means the world to us. I know it's a big group, but I feel like even with the big group, we still got some very quality evidence.
I would agree.
And we popped the trunk. That was amazing.
So thank you for y'all that have it before and those that haven't. It's been y'all first time. I hope this is everything you kind of dreamed of. I know it's a lot of people, but we definitely got a lot of investigation for them. I mean, a lot of evidence for them on the people we have.
Yeah. So we kind of want to take a picture out front in front of the building. And then, if anyone wants to take pictures with us or anything after that,
we have merch out there, t-shirts, we have photo, 10 photos.
And feel free to just, say goodbye before y'all walk off, man. We want to kind of speak to everybody. See us make our way.
And really quick as well, sorry, I wouldn't be a business person if I wasn't plugging us. Our regular business hours is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We have tours every hour and half hour. So if you want to come back and see this place in the daylight, get more detailed information, we are open 7 days a week except for Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's.
Okay, thank you. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. All right.
So what I'd like to do, what we normally do with our groups, is to slowly come down the staircases, either side of the staircases, and it kind of makes a cool cascading effect where if you're kind of somewhat all on the staircases or just right below, we can easily get you guys and the house in the picture that way. So.
Awesome. Okay.